Grizzlies sneaky signing incoming. One report revealing a crucial update as a new name is now being floated around for the Memphis Grizzlies to grab this offseason. Is this actually the most realistic trade that Memphis might be able to make? And who would Memphis have to give up in return to get this sneaky addition? We'll get to all that in just a moment. But what's going on, everybody? Jared Alatorre for another episode of Grizzlies Digest. Congratulations, guys. You made it to the weekend. For your weekend homework, which will only take less than a second. I know it's homework, but it'll take less than a second. Smash that subscribe button down below. A lot of you are watching these videos, but just not subscribed. You guys are engaging with me. You guys are doing a great job. I want to answer you guys. I want to talk to you guys. I want to answer some of your questions. I want to answer some of your comments, concerns, or whatnot. It's going to be a busy offseason. You don't want to miss another update from us. And here we go right into it. From Chris Dodson of Clutch Points, he has sources claiming that Blazers' Deni Avdija emerging as a serious Grizzlies trade target. Now, this might actually be something that's actually realistic in play. We've been talking about names such as Giannis, KD, Lauri Markkanen, Jaylen Brown, and others who may be on the trade block. And I mean, KD obviously is not going to be a Phoenix Sun next year, but some guys may be on the trade block, maybe not. We still got to wait and see. Obviously a long offseason to go, but this might actually be a realistic target, as there have been links from the Grizzlies to Avdija. And for the Blazers, I think this could be a very possible move for them to make, because they've got young guards, they've got Sharp, they got Scoot Henderson. We don't know what they're going to do with Anthony Simons yet, his name being floated around in some trade talks. And of course they've got veterans like they got Jeremy Grant, Donovan Kleiman, a young guy. So they have plenty of young guys, but do they actually want to get rid of Avdija? Now, I think Avdija is not an all-star talent, but he's a very underrated, very skilled player who's got a lot in his bag, a great off arm, I think, and a kind of a sneaky, kind of a weird form. We'll take a look at it in just a minute, but he's got a weird form, but he's able to make it work. A great three-point shot, I think. Let's take a look into it right now. Sources tell Clutch Points the Grizzlies are doing their due diligence on Avdija as the NBA draft approaches. The highly competitive Chauncey Billups and Scoot Henderson-led Blazers are understood to be weighing whether to continue building around young talents like Avdija, Shaedon Sharpe, and Henderson, or leverage their well-seasoned assets for a future draft picks in a loaded 2026 class. So obviously this is going to be a lot. Right? I mean, 2026, we're expecting some big names to come by, a lot of college talent. Obviously, the big name is Cooper Flagg, going to the Dallas Mavericks, 99% shot with Nico Harrison. You never know, but it looks to be that way. But in 2026, it looks like the Grizzlies are kind of doing the Utah Jazz route of rebuilding, not necessarily saying they're tanking just yet, but they're kind of in that rebuilding stage mode to where they feel like they can get some assets. And we'll go over exactly what assets that Memphis would have to give up in order to get Deni Avdija. So adding Deni Avdija might be the easiest, most financially sensible way for the Grizzlies in this market. The framework for several deals are straightforward and requires no third-party assistance. However, coming off a career year and just acquired for the Washington Wizards last summer, the Trailblazers value Avdija highly, according to several sources. In Memphis, they say they would have to give up young talent like Gigi Jackson, Zach Edey, or Jalen Wells. I don't think they'll have to give up all that. I'll talk about that in just a moment. One unconfirmed proposal would have Portland giving up BC, Gigi, 2026 first-round pick protected, 2028 first-round pick swap protected, and second-round picks in 2025 and 2027. So Memphis would have to give up their second-round pick in 2025, which they've been building most of their talent in the draft in the last 5 or 6 years. But now I think it's time, and you'd probably agree too, it's time for Memphis to get on the train to get someone else on the outside. I think they have developed a great young core. Most of their core in their mid-20s. Right now is a championship window, or, we want it to be a championship window. We don't want to let Ja's prime, JJJ's prime, Desmond Bane's prime, if he stays, go to waste. And then, of course, you got Jalen Wells, Zach Edey, the two rookies on the all-rookie first team this year, along with Scottie Pippen Jr., who basically boomed in the last 3 months of the regular season. And even before that, he showed signs that he was definitely going to blossom, and he definitely did this year. But you don't really need to give up all that. I don't think you need to give up Zach Edey and Jalen Wells, and here's what I'm talking about. This trade is successful. Memphis gets Avdija, Portland gets BC and Gigi. And whether or not there are picks in there still kind of varies. Again, this is all just hypothetical. But I don't think Memphis would have to give up necessarily a whole lot to get Avdija. I mean, maybe Memphis could get maybe one other guy from the Blazers. And then maybe Memphis would give up, I don't know, you're thinking someone like Konchar, maybe. And we'll get into that in just a moment. But he's also a piece that may be on that deal. But again, I like the deal. I think it's the most realistic one that we've gone over personally since this whole offseason began. Again, it's going to be a crazy offseason as we skip on to the video a little bit more. And here's John Konchar, right? Sending John Konchar instead of Clark works as well if the Blazers want more draft capital. Portland has the cap space to make an unbalanced deal. Memphis would have only $300,000 worth of wiggle room under the first apron in this second framework. Either way, sources have indicated that Avdija's descending contract through the 27-28's $11.8 million cap hit is a bargain that the Grizzlies will continue to target. Kleiman, it'd be easy to see why he's interested in a guy like Avdija. 37% three-point sniper over the past 148 games. Great season, keeping the Trailblazers in the play-in tournament, averaging 16.9 points, 7.3 rebounds, 3.9 assists. Great complementary numbers alongside Morant, Bane, and Jackson Jr. And that's the key, right? You want to keep Desmond Bane, and you could also get Deni Avdija. Is that kind of, you think, the most win-win thing anyway? I mean, because Kevin Durant, again, about to turn 37 years old, right? About to turn 37 years old. And you see a lot of these deals for him are crazy. I mean, they're giving up multiple players, a superstar player, multiple first-round picks for a guy that's about to be 37. Again, future Hall of Famer. He deserves to go out well. He deserves to bow out gracefully in his last 2, 3, whatever, how many years he wants to stay in. But there are a lot of crazy deals about KD. So if you want to keep Desmond Bane, what we're talking about right now, this might be the best option. So we'll take a look at Avdija's highlights in just a moment here, but he has a very underrated shot. And it looks like it's not a confident shot, but it's actually a weird form that actually kind of works. So here's Deni Avdija for a little bit. Again, running the court, lays it home. Again, off a Zion miss. Great job by Jordan Poole out in transition. And you see Avdija, again, he's not going to be the flashy guy, but he's going to do the right thing. Again, you see that shot, that three-point shot where he kind of sticks his leg out and you think, oh, it's going to be a little short right now. He is able to get it home. And he is just a guy that does his job. And he's going to get you about 16 to 28 points. I think actually in that game that we just showed right now, I think he actually had 42 points in that game. If there's a Blazers fan out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was at least a 40-plus game for him. So this might actually be the best offer, might be the most realistic offer in terms of talent, but also finance. But I think this is actually a pretty good deal. That could actually put Memphis as a relevant team. As we take a look right here, back at that hypothetical thing again, you see right here, plus 5 wins for Memphis, and then minus, excuse me, I can't, I'm trying to see. It's just minus wins for Portland, even though they're trying to rebuild. But yeah, I mean, you got that going for you. And I think this is a great deal. I think it's realistic. But that's going to do it for this video. Jared Altor saying, thank you so much for Grizzlies Digest. If you like this video, you can like this video, comment on this video, share this video, leave a comment down below, yay or nay on this trade deal. Deni, Avdija, name being floated around pretty seriously now. Talks are starting to heat up. We'll continue to keep you updated this offseason. Jared Altor saying, have a great weekend. Thank you so much.